Hello, welcome. Today's tale is that of Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time lived a young girl for whom her mother had fashioned a Red Riding Hood. This little girl wore it constantly, and so everyone in their village called her Little Red Riding Hood instead of her given name. One day, her mother told Little Red Riding Hood to go to her sickly grandmother's house in the forest and take to her a hamper of cakes and wine. Be sure not to stray from the path, recommended her mother. As Little Red Riding Hood made her way through the woods, a wolf appeared and said, "Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, where are you going this magnificent day?" Little Red Riding Hood responded, "I am taking this hamper of cakes and wine to my grandmother's house in the forest, for my grandmother is very ill." "Oh, that's too bad," said the wolf. "There are some very pretty flowers hither, delicate Queen Anne's lace, sprays of snapdragons, and pink blossoming shrubs of leptospermum. Look it up. Why don't you gather some and assemble a bouquet for her? That will surely comfort her." "Oh, what a very grand suggestion," said Little Red Riding Hood, and she put her hamper down and began gathering flowers. While Little Red Riding Hood was distracted by this exercise, the wolf stole ahead. That means he ran ahead, not that he stole somebody's head. Stole ahead to grandmother's house and rapped upon the door. "Who is there?" said grandmother. "It is I, Little Red Riding Hood, here with a hamper of cakes and wine," said the wolf, in his best falsetto. When grandmother opened the door, the wolf pounced upon her and devoured her whole. He climbed into grandmother's bed and waited. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood arrived and rapped upon the door. "Who is it?" said the wolf, in his best falsetto. "It is I, Little Red Riding Hood, here with a hamper of cakes and wine for you." "And a bouquet of flowers." "Let yourself in, child," said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood gained ingress and put the hamper of food and the bouquet of flowers on the table and advanced upon her grandmother's bed. "Why, grandmother, you simply look frightful," she said. "Well, I am very ill, you know," said the wolf. "Come closer to me, child." Little Red Riding Hood stepped closer to the bed and peered at she whom she believed was her grandmother, and said, "Why, grandmother, what large eyes you have!" "All the better with which to see you," said the wolf. "Even so, my old eyes aren't as strong as they once were. Come closer still, child." Little Red Riding Hood stepped closer to the bed and peered at she whom she believed was her grandmother, and said, "Why, grandmother, what large ears you have!" "All the better with which to hear you," said the wolf. "Even so, my old ears aren't as strong as they once were, either. Come closer still, child." Little Red Riding Hood stepped right up to the edge of the bed and peered at she whom she believed was her grandmother, and said, "Why, grandmother, what large teeth you have!" "All the better with which to eat you," said the wolf, in his best falsetto. And with that he grabbed Little Red Riding Hood and devoured her whole as well. The end. Goodbye. What? You were waiting for the woodsman or the hunter to show up and save the day? Well, this version of Little Red Riding Hood is based on the 1697 version by Charles Perrault, in which there was no miraculous rescue, no happy ending. If you think that's upsetting, you should hear what happened to Sleeping Beauty in the original version. Goodbye. You're still looking for satisfaction? Well, there's a moral to this story. Little Red Riding Hood's mother told her not to stray from the path, which is exactly what she did when she went to pick the flowers. If she hadn't done that, she and her grandmother would probably both still be alive today. So there. Goodbye. When grandmother opened the door, the wolf pounced upon her and devoured her whole. Shit. I knew I was going to do that.